Every 10 minutes, somewhere out there, thousands of computers agree on one new page of a shared money ledger. No bank checks it, no government runs it, and it's been filling pages every 10 minutes since 2009. This is NoFlow Explains, where we open things up to see what's actually inside. Today, crypto. Not the prices, the machine. You've probably filed crypto under Magic Internet Money. Fair enough. But the whole thing traces back to one 9-page paper posted to an obscure cryptography mailing list on October 31st, 2008, signed by someone calling themselves Satoshi Nakamoto. Look at the timing. October 2008. Lehman Brothers had collapsed 6 weeks earlier. Banks were failing, governments were scrambling, and trust in the financial system was at the bottom of a cliff. Into that moment, an anonymous stranger publishes a design for money that doesn't need the banks at all. And the author left a signature move. The very first block of the ledger, mined in January 2009, has a newspaper headline permanently embedded inside it. Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. The machine's birth certificate is a jab at the system it was built to root around. The paper asks one question. What if a money ledger could live everywhere and belong to no one? Money that moves like email. Everyone can check it. No one can quietly change it. That idea now runs on tens of thousands of computers in nearly every country on Earth. So here's the plan for the next few minutes. The key that owns your money. The ledger everyone shares. The race that keeps it honest. And the catch nobody warns you about. First, the part almost everyone gets wrong. What's actually inside a crypto wallet? So what's inside your wallet? Here's the surprise. Nothing. There are no coins in a crypto wallet. There aren't even coins in crypto. A wallet holds exactly one thing, a private key, a very long secret number, and whoever knows that number owns whatever it controls. How long is very long? The count of possible keys is a 78-digit number. Guessing one isn't a lottery you keep losing. It's a lottery you couldn't finish entering before the sun burns out. When you hit send, your wallet uses that number to sign a message. Pay this address, this amount. The signature proves the owner approved it, without ever revealing the secret itself. Think of it as a wax stamp only you can press. Anyone in the world can recognize the mark. Nobody can forge it. Your address, the thing you share, is like the front of a mailbox. Everyone can see it and drop things in. Only the key opens it. And those 12 or 24 words an app once made you write down? Same key, dressed up as words a human can copy without a typo. Picture writing those words on a napkin at a coffee shop and the person at the next table glancing over. That glance, in this system, is a bank robbery. No alarms, no cameras, no case to investigate. The money simply has a new owner now. Now, honestly, most people never touch a private key. They buy crypto on an exchange, and the exchange keeps the keys, which is convenient, and it quietly reinvents the thing crypto was built to remove. You've got an account, a balance, and a company you have to trust. Hold that thought, it comes back at the end. Either way, a bank account is yours because a bank agrees it's yours. A crypto address is yours because you know a number. That's the whole lock. All right, you've signed your payment and shouted it to the entire internet. Somebody has to write it down. Who? The ledger. Your signed payment lands in a public waiting room called the mempool, next to everyone else's. Every 10 minutes or so, one computer on the network wins the right to bundle a few thousand waiting payments into a block. One new page of the ledger. Your coffee, a stranger's rent, somebody's savings moving between exchanges, all sealed onto the same page. And page space is scarce. A block holds only so much, so when the network gets busy, getting on the next page becomes an auction. You attach a fee, a tip for whoever seals the block, and the highest tips board first. In quiet weeks, that's pennies. In manic weeks, people have paid more in fees than their coffee cost. Then the page gets glued in. Each block carries a fingerprint of the block before it, a scrambled summary called a hash. Change any old page, even one digit, and every fingerprint after it breaks. The forgery announces itself. This is why it's called a blockchain, by the way. Blocks, chained by fingerprints, all the way back to that bailout headline from 2009. The name is just a description. Now, about that reward, it's also the money printer. It halves every 210,000 blocks, roughly every 4 years. It started at 50 Bitcoin per page. It's 3.125 today. And around the year 2140, it reaches 0, and fees become the whole paycheck. Which is where the famous number comes from. 21 million coins, ever. Not a promise from a company. An arithmetic consequence of that halving schedule, published in 2008, running on time since the first block. But hold on. If anyone can write the next page, what stops a liar from writing themselves rich? The race. This is the part that sounds absurd right up until it clicks. To win the right to write the page, computers play a guessing game, a lottery running at trillions of guesses every second. The first machine to hit a winning number seals the block and collects the reward. That's the whole job. It's called mining, but nothing is dug. It's a raffle with electricity as the tickets. All that guessing burns real electricity. That is the point. Writing a page costs something, so lying on one does too. The race escalated fast. In 2009, Satoshi mined on an ordinary computer. Then came gamers' graphics cards, then chips built for nothing else, then warehouses of them parked next to cheap power plants. The friendly lottery became an industrial arms race in about 5 years. And the network absorbs all of it with one dial. Every 2016 blocks, about every 2 weeks, the lottery retunes its own difficulty, so a winner keeps landing every 10 minutes. More machines join, the puzzle gets harder. Machines leave, it gets easier. Nobody decides this. It's a thermostat. Now run the con in your head. To rewrite last week's page, you'd have to redo its guessing work, plus every page after it, faster than the entire planet writes new ones. The electricity bill for that would be its own small country. Honesty isn't a rule here. It's just the only bet that pays. It's also why exchanges make you wait. Each new page buries yours deeper. 6 pages down, roughly an hour, and your payment is treated as set in stone. So the machine is honest. Here's what it isn't: forgiving. The catch. Everything we've built so far, the key, the page, the race, points one direction: forward. There is no undo. Send coins to a mistyped address, and they sit there forever, owned by a key nobody knows. Lose your seed phrase, and your balance stays right where it is, in plain sight on the public ledger, forever out of reach. The history books are full of expensive lessons. On May 22, 2010, a Florida programmer named Laszlo Hanyes made the first documented real-world Bitcoin purchase. 2 pizzas, 10,000 Bitcoin. Crypto people still mark the date every year, half celebration, half moment of silence, because those coins would later be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The darker lesson came in February 2014. Mt. Gox, a Tokyo exchange handling most of the world's Bitcoin trading, collapsed with about 850,000 Bitcoin missing, roughly 7% of every Bitcoin in existence at the time. Customers trusted the exchange with their keys. Remember the mailbox? They never held their own. And none of it reversible. The ledger did exactly what it promised, nothing more. That's the product. Remember the opening? No bank checks the page. Here's the bill for that. When something goes wrong, there's no bank to fix it either. Being your own bank sounds like freedom, and it is. It also means being your own fraud department, your own vault, and your own backup plan, forever, with no sick days. So every crypto pitch you'll ever hear, reversible, insured, recoverable, easy, is somebody bolting a bank back onto the machine. Sometimes that's exactly what you want. But now you know what they're holding when they say it: your key. That's the machine. A secret number, a shared page, an expensive race, and no undo button. What you do with it is your call. We don't do advice here. We do how it works. Next time, how AI actually works. Why it can write you a poem and still miscount the letters in strawberry. If you want the news explained like this every day, the free personalized newsletter is at noflow.io. Subscribe, and we'll see you there.